G'day and welcome to part 2. What I'm going to try and do today is get access to inside the plenum chamber and assess what kind of damage you've got with the rust. So as you've seen in the previous videos, I've already taken these brackets on this side off, but I've just placed them on there just so you can see how they come off, and then we'll get some more footage of me taking them off on the other side over there. Alright, so these brackets, they're just held on there with spot welds, so I've had to find where the spot welds are and obviously drill them out with a tool. What we use is this here. This is called a spot weld drill bit, and it's kind of like a mini hole saw basically. It's anyway, it's got little teeth on it, and it's got a little pin section in the center that's spring loaded, so when you cut through it's gonna pop the little bit of metal out too if it comes loose. So they're about $10 each. I can post a link if you want to where I get some of these, and they're a great bit of kit and they save a lot of mucking around using drill bits and grinders and stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Now, so this is the first section that had to come off. So when that's loose, that comes off like so. Next section to get off was this one here. It looks a bit rough, but don't worry, we'll sort all that out. And the next one is just this little bracket here. And what I'm working on now is just this little bracket in here. It's just got a I've drilled some of the welds out from up here. I've just got to get rid of these little welds there, and that'll come free. So once I've done that, I'll move over to the other side, and shouldn't be too far away. I've just taken a few minutes to set up my work light. A few little minutes there makes life a lot easier for when you're underneath the car, especially that I've had to keep this door closed today because it's quite windy. So yeah, always take the time to set things up right. It looks like I'm going to have to bust out the old die grinder to get these last couple of little welds in there. Unfortunately, I've got the wrong tip on at the moment. It's just it's a good tip, but it's a bit hard to get into the corners, as you can see. So on eBay the other week, I bought these. I think it's about $35 for the six of them. So I'll give them a shot, and hopefully they're not too crap, and we'll see if it works at least. Alright, I got that little bit off. Looks a bit like Swiss cheese, but we got there. Now what I've got here is one of these cordless multi-tools that we bought when we were doing some house renovations. I found that it's actually quite good to chip away at getting some of this old car filler that they've put in here. So yeah, whatever works. Just used the wire brush on this to just to clean up the surface here to get access to these spot welds.
Last time I was sober, man, I felt bad. Worst hangover that I ever had. It took 6 hamburgers.
Now, even though I've center punched those spot welds, I still just touch it up with a 2mm drill because the tip in these things seem to wander a little bit, so it seems to help.
If you wanna run cool, you got to run on heavy fuel.
One more thing when using these spot weld drill bits, make sure your drill is set on a lower setting, because if you put it on the fast setting, you're just going to end up ripping the teeth out. So yeah, use the lower setting and use a bit of WD-40 or Traflex if you've got anything, and you'd be laughing.
My life makes perfect sense. Lust and food and violence. Sex and money are my major kicks. Get me in a fight, I like a dirty tricks. Cause if you wanna run cool, if you wanna run cool, yes, if you wanna.
Now you can see how it cuts through and leaves a nice little cut, so you can grind those away when we're done.
My chick loves a man who's strong. Think she'll do turn me on. I love the ladies, don't get me wrong. Hey, that's why I wrote this song. Says I ought to be dead. When my ugly big car wanna climb this hill, I'll write a suicide note on $100 bill. Cause if you wanna.
Alright, just got that first section off.
Yes, if you wanna run cool, you got to run on heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel.
So here we go. I've just cut through the last of the spot welds on this last bracket here, so it's come off. It's a bit different than what it is on the other side. I don't have another little cross piece here, so it saves a bit more stuffing around. So now I've got access to the top of this plenum chamber. I'll probably get those plates off and I'll get this plenum chamber off. Yeehaw.
Out the wheel. We're going downtown in the middle of the night. We're laughing and I'm joking and we're feeling alright. Oh, I'm back. I'm nationwide. Yes, I'm back. I'm nationwide.
Moment of truth.
I had Reno in the back. They sporting short dresses, wearing spike heel shoes. They smoking Lucky Strikes and wearing nylon shoes. Go be back. We're nationwide. Yeah, we back. We're nationwide.
just got the Plenum chamber cover off, and by looking at this, I think I'm pretty lucky. It's actually not too bad. So I'll clean that all up and we'll see what we're left with. I think the worst part is in this corner here. Most of this looks like it's just surface rust, so it's not too bad. This here I'll have to think about some ways of making some panels up, but shouldn't be too much of a challenge, hopefully. I've just used the wire brush there on the drill to get rid of some of the rust, the surface rust in this corner. It doesn't actually look too bad, so I've drawn up a rough guide just with a Sharpie just to mark out where the major rust is, so that's probably going to be the line that I'm going to follow to cut, and I'll assess the damage from there. I'll have a look at the other side now. I've just cleaned up and done the same here on the driver's side, so hopefully that's all I'm going to have to deal with. Time will tell.
I'm nationwide.